I stopped at 199 last time, so now for the 200 somethings and the 210 somethings, I may need a little bit of reference because these aren't like not easy to remember. So 200, it's Kent Ridge. So 95 was like Buena Vista to Kent Ridge loop last time, and then 200 was the opposite. But I'm gonna tell you the longest 200 has ever been. So it's Kent Ridge, Pasir Panjang, and then South Buena Vista Road, and then it actually went Ayer Rajah Road. So Ayer Rajah Road is now currently AYE. And in the past, AYE had a junction, like a T junction with Portsdown Road. This was before Portsdown Avenue, the flyover was a thing. So eventually, when AYE and the flyover became a thing, Portsdown Road became a left in, left out kind of thing. And then there was a bus stop, kind of an island bus stop. And then obviously over time, Portsdown Road eventually became a roundabout. So now 191, current 191 loops at that roundabout. But 200 actually used to go inside Portsdown Road, and then North Buena Vista Road, Commonwealth Avenue, all the way to Queensway, and then Holland Road. So it really winded a lot. Now I gotta make this smaller again. Okay, god damn it. Okay, just imagine like Kent Ridge, Pasir Panjang, South Buena Vista Road, Ayer Rajah Road, which is AYE, Portsdown, North Buena Vista Road, Commonwealth Avenue, Queensway, Holland Road, 6th Avenue, and Bukit Timah Road. And that's not all. It actually went all the way, same as 193. I mean, 193 was like this. That was like Shenton Way to Bukit Panjang. And 200 actually, again, same thing, went all the way to Bukit Panjang Circus, which is the junction of Upper Bukit Timah Road, Woodlands Road, Choa Chu Kang Road, Bukit Panjang Road. There was a bus terminal there. So 200, it was Kent Ridge to Bukit Panjang, winding around Buena Vista, like literally just winding around Buena Vista, Commonwealth, 6th Avenue. So yeah, quite jank. And then there was a 201 as well. So 201, unlike 200, okay, this one actually used Old Clementi Road. I don't know where Old Clementi Road would be nowadays, but it's Kent Ridge. Essentially, it was just Kent Ridge Terminal, even though it states Pasir Panjang Road near Clementi Road. So it's Clementi Road, kind of like 151, except that this thing doesn't go Kent Ridge Crescent. So this thing goes to Beauty World. And then from Beauty World, it would go Jalan Jurong Kecil and Totap. That's pretty much it. It's just funny that like there is a short version, and then there is this stupid long winding version that kind of just winds for no reason. I mean, there was a reason for it to wind in the past, but it's like when you look at it nowadays, it's like really, really stupid. 202, a place called Ewart Circus or Ewart Circus. I don't know which one is the proper pronunciation, but so this Ewart Circus is basically near present day Beauty World ITH. So let's just say Beauty World, Clementi Road, Commonwealth Avenue West, Commonwealth Avenue, and then Holland Drive, Avenue, North Buena Vista Road, and then loop back. So this one was a feeder. There was actually an older generation of 202, which is I think it was like International Road Terminal, Quality Road, Jalan Tukang, and then what is it? Yung Ho Road. But Jalan Tukang and Yung Ho Road is like pretty much the same road in the past. Then Corporation Drive, and eventually this thing got extended to Boon Lay Drive and Place, and then this one is International Road. This one lasted till like 1978, I think. There was the first generation of 203. This is in 1973 that served the industrial estate. But the 203 that I am way more familiar with is Commonwealth Drive, Commonwealth Avenue, Margaret Drive, minor, Margaret Drive. Basically, Kasiang Road didn't exist back then, so it was just like Margaret Drive. Technically, like it curves down a little bit. Tanglin Road, Alexandra Road, Commonwealth Avenue, Queensway, and then back to Commonwealth Drive Terminal. Yes, there was a bus terminal there. And eventually this thing kind of got absorbed, not fully, but absorbed into 195. Basically, from this sector onwards. This was 204 in 1973, and this road called Liu Fang Road, it used to have a bus stop. I don't really know how to explain this one. The later generation of 204 was from, the bus terminal at Woodlands Center Road. So basically, there was a bus terminal there, and then this thing actually kind of copies 925's route to Sungai Kadut, like somewhere along here. I don't know the exact route. And then there was actually 208, which went to Kranji Dam, like that car park, right? It was called Kranji Way and back then. So basically, these two eventually got integrated, like merged together to form 925 to Choa Chu Kang. So conceptually, it's like that. This was 205 in the past, another industrial bus service, like in 1973. But the 205 that you guys might be more familiar with is the one that got absorbed into 173. Because 173 used to be it copied 190 from New Bridge Road all the way to Orchard and then Stevens. Then it goes Bukit Timah, Upper Bukit Timah, and then it goes to Hillview, then Princess Elizabeth Bus Terminal. And obviously, there was 205, which was from Clementi. So it was like Clementi to Totak Avenue, and then Bukit Batok East Avenue 3, which is like near Burgundy. Totak Road. Initially it was straight, but then it got amended into the estate, like Lorong Kismis, right? So yeah. Then obviously this thing, I know it's not to scale, Jalan Jurong Kecil, and then this thing like looped at Beauty World. So obviously this part of 173 is now gone. I know it's not to scale. And then this one got merged. Like they both got merged. And then eventually, okay, how do I do this? Like this, like this. And then eventually they got sent to Bukit Batok. And then initially it was like what? Bukit Batok Street 21 into Bukit Batok Central immediately. But then they changed it so that it goes one round Bukit Batok Street 21, East Avenue 6, Bukit Batok Avenue 1, and then Bukit Batok Central, like this. So it used to be more direct, and then they were like, okay, I want to serve more areas, so they made the current 173 Tro. And obviously there was that later amendment to Hume as well. This one originated from Jurong Interchange. And then when Boon Lay neighborhood became a thing, it was truncated to Boon Lay. Actually, wait, no. I have actually done a recreation that was like as far as Tanjong Kling. So I think this one was like an earlier version of the route. So it was from Tanjong Kling and then it goes up to like Jalan Boon Lay. I mean, go watch my recreation. I've done that before, but in essence, this route is basically just 405 plus 975 up to Lim Chu Kang, conceptually. And by the way, the 405 sector, it's for both directions. Both directions, it'll actually go to Choa Chu Kang Road End. I mean, old Choa Chu Kang Road End. But back then, it was just called Choa Chu Kang Road End. I don't even know why this version of 207 existed. I think it's just to connect Totak to like the outside world or something along those lines. I don't know how to explain this, but there was a later version of the route. So apparently for 209, this is the one that you need to know. Then it got shortened. 154 actually went inside Toa Payoh last time. And the route was like really jank. If you want to know what 154A was, it is just like that. I don't even know how to explain this one. Like, just look at these two and compare it for yourself. Ikisaki ga chigau ne. Like, it's so different. It's like you have one from like International Road, one from Benoi Road, one goes into Bugis Lavender area, the other one just goes to Toa Payoh. So apparently 154A, okay, it uses the expressway, correct. It exits at Buona Vista, and then it parallels East-West line, like Commonwealth, Alexandra, Tiong Bahru, Outram Road. And then this thing goes to Chinatown and Bugis, then yeah, to Lavender, Crawford Street. And then the other one is just Clementi, Danyern, Toa Payoh. So if I were to just summarize it for... Why is it on... Okay. If I were to just summarize it, you have like 154 and 154A. Let's just say this is like near Jurong Interchange. It's like the industrial estate. So 154 would... I don't even know why these two are like the same bus service. Like this is the parent and this is like A. I don't even know why this is called 154A. But obviously, like, you know, over time they renumbered it to 209. So just so you guys are more clear, 154A is 209. So essentially 209 or 154A, whichever you want to call it, from the industrial estate, it exits Buona Vista, and then it parallels East-West line, goes Chinatown, Bugis, and Lavender. And then the other one, and then the other one, 154, it exits at Clementi Road, goes to like Danyern, Whitley, and then, wait, is there Whitley? Whoops. Yes, Whitley. Why is there Thompson Road? Okay, oh, okay, it's like, okay, like the road configuration into Whitley Road was like a little different last time, so it had to exit. Okay, so there wasn't like the... Okay, what they're talking about is basically, in the past, there wasn't this exit 17C that lets you turn right to Whitley Road. You had to exit and then you had to filter in. Okay. Yeah, okay, that explains it now. Okay. So yeah, there was Clementi Road, Danyern, Whitley, and then it went inside Toa Payoh, and then it exits and then goes to MacPherson Estate. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This one is just not easy to explain. Like, how can this and this be so different? Like, it just makes no sense, but obviously they renumbered it. This one is basically Changi Village, which was Changi Point back then, to Cranwell Road Loop, or like Old Sarum Road Loop. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Service 211, I flat out don't understand them. Okay, 212, I'm just going to trace it out. And eventually this one became 74. So this one is basically, it exits like this. When they say Commonwealth Avenue, they are referring to Buena Vista bus terminals, like in the bus guide. So it's like this, Dover Avenue, Dover Road, North Buena Vista Road, and then it loops here, and then it goes all the way back. Avenue, Holland Drive, and then back inside Buena Vista Terminal, which was called Commonwealth Avenue Terminal back then. So the only difference is that 74 nowadays goes like this. And somehow there is another one. Changi Point, which is Changi Village Terminal to Old Summer Road, and then what? Introduction of Service 391. You know what? Just read this, cause yeah. Then the one that came later was Marine Parade Terminal, and then it was like via Siglap. It just went straight, and then it goes inside Fidelio Street, which is Fidelio Street, which is Opera Estate, and then just loops back like that. So it's just Siglap, Fidelio Street. That's all. And then now this one, there was these two are the Jalan Kayu feeder services that at one point were this and this, and then became what? This, and then later got integrated with this. And this. Then this one became M, and then both of them got absorbed, and then this one got extended to Yishun. So yeah, pretty much. Because back then, Seletar Airport, sorry, it's like there wasn't really a whole lot of demand like inside. That's why they had like 103 and 103, this or this, whatever you call it. So yeah, and yeah, just read this. East one is just Piccadilly, and then west was just it went inside West Camp Road a little bit. See W, it's like west. Okay, my mistake. It's not G. It's I accidentally put G here for like I don't know what reason, but yeah. This one is just Jalan Kayu and Piccadilly. I don't know how to spell it. How do you even spell it? Piccadilly, yes, correct. Piccadilly, and then this one is the one that goes West Camp Road. So yeah, thankfully I don't have to explain 378, 379, 820, 821 because they were just like read numbers and that's all. Yeah, ignore this. Okay, so this one, Labrador Park MRT, right? It's at the junction between Toloblangan Road and Alexandra Road, right? So in the past, like there were bus services, I think 22 or something. I forgot the bus. I forgot which bus actually goes inside, but I think it was like 22 if I'm not mistaken. It actually went inside, like from Alexandra, it actually went inside Labrador Park. But then, when the bus terminal here opened, 22 was shifted outside, and then it became a hub spoke thing. So whatever stretch that got deleted was replaced by 215. So 22 kind of split off into 22 from Alexandra and then 215. It was just to replace the deleted sectors, that's all. Okay, so like 96, it was introduced in year 1982. So before 1982, and obviously 95 came after, because how do I put this? The old 95 became 105, and then years later they introduced a new 95. So definitely 95 is not that old in comparison. So before, okay, why am I saying 215? So before 95 and 96 were a thing inside NUS, there was actually a feeder bus service to NUS back then, and then oh, okay, I need to refer to this one. Island View Road. It actually went inside NUS via this thing called this road called Island View Road. If my stupid phone would just behave. So as you can see, NUS Loop, Island View Road. So essentially this thing was just how do I put it? It was from Buena Vista Terminal to Commonwealth Avenue West, Clementi Road, and then that one road that's called Island View Road, and then it loops back. And since it was a school service, it didn't operate on Sundays and public holidays. 218, it was this. Like, just read this because I don't know how to explain this either. So you know how 22 got got separated into 22 and 215, right? This one is like exactly the same thing that happened to the Serangoon Garden bus terminal services. So when all of these, they no longer called Serangoon Garden, they were shifted. The bus terminal shifted from Serangoon Garden into Serangoon Central, that old bus terminal. When they all shifted, this thing was introduced in comparison. So this 217 became hub spoke. And yeah, this thing would definitely be familiar with. You guys will be familiar with this thing because it's literally just 317 nowadays. The only thing is that 217, back then it was a feeder service from Serangoon Garden Circus, and it just looped around. And then after that, it got extended to. It didn't have like Boundary Road, Upper Serangoon Road, Serangoon Central last time. It was just like Serangoon Central, Yio Chu Kang Link, and Yio Chu Kang Road, Serangoon Garden Way. So yeah, this was a feeder service that eventually became 317. That's all. And then this one, the route pretty much never changed over time. It was just a renumbering. Like this thing, it was literally just Bedok to Bedok South Road loop, and then became 229. This one, which eventually got absorbed into Service 38, it was like this. Yeah, just loop like this. Bedok South Avenue 2, there was a bus stop here. Oh my god. And then 221 was basically just like this. And then there was a, not the current 229, but the old 229, which was, I think it was like this thing. And then obviously, both of them got merged to form this thing, which is like this. Chai Chi Terminal. This route is like just like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. That's all. 224, it had green and white. So it was Chai Chi Terminal again, like this, like this, like this. I should draw it properly. Bedok North Road, New Upper Changi Road, Bedok South Avenue 3, Bedok South Road, and then like this. So yeah, there was, it's green and white. 225, well, it never changed. It was just like this and then like this. This one was just go here and then loop at Budok Reservoir Road and then got absorbed into 60. This one, it's literally just 17A, more or less, like this, and then just loop at Budok North Depot. 228. 228 used to be, I think it was like Budok North Street 1, Avenue 3, Budok Reservoir Road, and then just come back like this. Actually, I forgot if it looped here as well, but yeah. This is the old 230, not the current one. HDB Hub, Lorong 6 Toa Payoh East, Toa Payoh... sorry. Let's do that again. HDB Hub, which is Toa Payoh Town Center, Lorong 6, East, Lorong 8, out, because it was like Braddock Road and the Slip Road. Wait, actually, I'm not entirely sure if it's like this or just like this. I forgot how the roads looked last time. I don't know if it was like this or like this, but either way, okay, fine. Lorong 6, 1, 2, and then back to HDB Hub. I'm sorry, I forgot the road configuration last time. It was just named Slip Road back then. But then when I look at the road, it doesn't really make sense. Unless you're saying 8, 6, and then what? 1, 2. Okay, this makes way more sense. I don't know which. Okay, you guys please correct me in the comment section. I completely forgot about this one. There was a G and there was a W. Then it changed so that it becomes a single loop. This one also had a G and a W. Then it got changed so that shit. Then they changed it so that okay, it used to be just like this, like via Lorong 2, but then they changed it so that it loops like this. Why? It's because this thing absorbed 237, which was like this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. There was no 233 or 4. There was a 235. I mean, there is still a 235 that... okay, the current route is like this. But last time it used to be like this, like this. And then it just looped like this. It was much more simple back then. And then 238, I don't really need to explain 238, but there was a 239 that I think it went inside here, and then there was like some slip road, then it looped inside here. Something along those lines. It's like 230, but the old 230. It's like modern day 230, except with a few differences, because the road configuration was like a little different back then. Okay, every single Boon-Lay feeder nowadays, I think most of them, they originated from Jurong Interchange. So conceptually, 240 was like from Jurong Interchange. I'm just gonna draw a straight line because I have done like route recreations on this, so I'm not gonna waste my time describing how it winds inside Taman Jurong. So I'm like, okay, fine. Then 240, the one thing that stood out to me was the way it looped. It was like Corporation Road, Jurong West Avenue 2, which was back then just Jurong Road. So Jurong West Avenue 2, Jalan Boon-Lay, Boon-Lay Avenue, and then I think it was like Boon-Lay Drive, like this. I believe this was what 240 used to be like. Okay, then 241, this one was basically Jurong Interchange to loop at Teban Gardens. Then it got renumbered to 331 when it started at Jurong East Interchange. Yeah, that's how I would explain it. 242. Now, unfortunately for most of the Jurong Interchange or Boon-Lay feeders, sorry, I should say Jurong Interchange feeders from like the 1970s, 1980s, or even up till like early 1990s, I'm gonna have to ask you to read the bus guides because it's a mouthful to explain. But this one, okay, I'm going to explain something that's like you guys are more familiar with. So 242. Well, it used to be high demand. It used to loop at Jurong West Street 91. Then 241 was introduced as a more direct route, and then 242 got cut to loop at like this. Self-explanatory. And then one surprising or not really surprising thing about 243 is that this thing used to loop like current 242. So it was like Jalan Boon Lay, uh, Jurong West Avenue 4, 72, 5, 71, and then back. Yes, this was the very first iteration of the route. I have done recreations on this, but over time they made it so that it goes 75, 82, 81, and then the way it loops is 5 Pioneer Road North, 4, and Street 71, like this. And then obviously over time, this thing went via Street 64 instead. And then to close up the loop and make it a green and white service, Street Night 61, 62. But distro West Avenue 5, West Avenue 4, Pioneer Road North was actually because of history. I know nowadays distro actually has a lot of use, like it allows you to hub spoke to 179 and stuff like that. But the reason why 243 nowadays throws like this instead of going straight is simply because of history, the way it looped. Yeah. And then there was a this one, it doesn't exist now, but there was a 244 in the past, which, if I'm not mistaken, this was like the straightest route between Jurong Interchange. It used Corporation Road all the way up to just loop at Boon Lay Place, Boon Lay Drive. Then there was 245, which eventually became 78. And then there was 246. Go and watch my video of 246 because it is so stupid. It's hard to explain this one. Just go look at the video. I think this one also had that like the red desto, white desto because both bounds they serve the same roads and blah blah blah. This one I already told you it was one fragment of current 98. This one I don't know how to explain this. For 248 and 249, just read the damn thing. And you see there is 249A, there is 250A as well, but 250 I can tell you that like conceptually it was meant to be 250 got integrated or whatever that word is like into this and this. But basically it contains part of present day 252 and 193. No, I did not mistakenly say anything. You know, in 2015 when Jukun opened, the routes changed, right? So yeah. So essentially, this thing is, if I use modern day bus services, it is basically 252, except that after international road, it goes inside 6 Lok Yang and Lok Yang Way, and then it loops like this. You get what I mean? It's like, you know, 193, current 193, there's like Pioneer Road North, and then it goes into Lok Yang Road, right? And then it goes Benoi Road. But basically 250 was basically 252 that didn't go to Jukun Circle. It just like yeah. And then you might be wondering, how did 252 look like last time? Well, oh shit. Okay, well, I'm just gonna give you this and look at the old bus guides, figure it out yourself. I don't want to explain this. You're curious about how old 251 was? Read these two. And if you're curious about what old 253 was, read this one. And yeah, the old 253 actually served Benoi sector as well. And then the rest are pretty much like self-explanatory. 254 is like kind of new, same for 256 and 258, but yeah, it's self-explanatory. The one thing that I don't understand about this is how do you get from opposite block 202 to Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3? Because you look at where 202 is here, right? How is it like the opposite? But well, the way bus stops were named back then was that even the near side and not the opposite side is considered OS. So I'm just gonna take it that it originated from here. So let's screenshot this and then let me just trace out the route for you. So now it is 260. You could paste this first. Okay, 260. By the way, I use Shift Windows S to screenshot and paste things. So the bus terminal was here back then. Avenue 6, 3, 11, 21, Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3, and then I don't think it's here. It should, because it just says Street 22, so I assume it was just like this. Street 24, which is now blocked off, and then here. So yeah, essentially, the 0260 was meant to be a loop for Street 11 and Street 21. And the whole 22, 24 thing, well, that's just to turn the bus around so that it goes to block 202. It's not opposite. When they mean opposite, they mean near side, which is quite stupid back then. So don't get confused. The route is just from block 202 on the near side is just like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and then it turns around like this. That's all. Okay, I think I got the distinction. What is OS and what is OPP? Okay, this is opposite. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I get it. It's outside. OS is just outside. Okay, okay. And then opposite is yeah, I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. So what this means is that 261 deal. God damn it. Who uses the abbreviation OS? Okay, so it's literally just wait. Let me check again. Okay, it's all okay, okay. 261 was along this side of the road actually. Okay, fine. It was like this, then it used 24 and 22 to turn around, and then it goes to loop at Ang Mo Kio Industrial Park 1, and then it goes back, and then it just, yeah, so today I learned something. So there was one side of the road, and then there's another side of the road. So yeah, 260 stops on this side, 261 stops on this side. So yeah, that was when the bus terminal wasn't at Avenue 3 yet, because this is still 1979, 1980. So yeah, and then there was this 262, go back, Clement, what the hell? Ang Mo Kio Avenue 6, 3, 22? Ah, okay. 6, 3, go inside 22. It's just like that. It looks like a shoe. Okay, and then this one, go read up the history. This one is literally just this. And then 265. Okay, what the hell? There are like so many variations. What is this? Ang Mo Kio Avenue 10 to Ang Mo Kio Street 22 loop. So you're telling me this service actually originated at Ang Mo Kio Avenue 10? Okay, I forgot how the route looks like, but conceptually it starts here, and then it goes on to this thingy, then it turns around here. Okay, because back then Street 53 actually had a connection. Now 265 does this, but in the past there was like this connection. So yeah, I guess the main takeaway is that, well, it just didn't have the Ang Mo Kio depot part, and then there was a connection from here to here, from here to here back then. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Okay, this one, okay, I need to shift the map up. So I'm lazy, just ignore this part. Okay, so 266 was literally just Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3, 4, Yio Chu Kang Road, Avenue 5, and then back. So this was 266. And then the old 269, it was via Avenue 6, then Street 61. I think it was like that. And then obviously, both of them got integrated to become the present day 269. It was like this sector got deleted. I forgot the history already, but it was like nowadays it got converted to like this. But yes, just remember that one half of it was 266, one half of it was 269, and yeah, that's how they got integrated. And then there was a 267, if I'm not mistaken, from, correct me if I'm wrong. That was from Ang Mo Kio Avenue 8, 5. I need to shift the map again. So, okay, never mind. I'll just show it using, look at my cursor. So, 8, 5, Ang Mo Kio Industrial Park 2, like this. It was really simple. It's just 8, 5, loop at Ang Mo Kio Industrial Park 2, and then go back to Ang Mo Kio. Like, just 8 and 5, that's all. You want me to draw it out? Okay, fine. 8, 5, and then just erase everything. God damn, wait. In case you guys are not, oh my god, are not clear. Okay, fine. I'm gonna draw it for you. 8, 5. Okay, this is CTE. 8, 5, Ang Mo Kio Industrial Park 2, and then loop back. Yay. Okay, that's about it. Then, okay, I'm gonna bring up the map for Bukit Merah. I know I've explained this before, but yeah. I'll just explain it again, because Bukit Merah is like literally the easiest. Bukit Merah and Clementi are the easiest to explain. I can just do it within like just one small part of the map. I can just do it quickly. Okay, where's the border? Okay, the border is here. Got it. Nice, I got the perfect screenshot. Let's go. Okay, so there was a 271 which goes to Telok Blangah Crescent, and then there was a 272 which went to Telok Blangah Rise, and then both of them merged to become just 272, which is like this. Just consolidate everything into one service. 273, this one pretty much never changed throughout the course of history. 274, it's literally just 57, and then it loops. There is a U-turn into the bus stop last time. I know I'm exaggerating this thing, but that's what it means. And then 275, stupid useless service. Yeah, that's all for Bukit. This is how fast you can like explain Bukit Merah. Okay, now moving on to Clementi. This one is also like really simple. Okay, moving on to Clementi. I can do this in real time because it's so fast. Yeah, okay. And then there was a 287 as well. But Jesus. Okay, so there was a 282 which got how do I even say it? It's like 282 because last time you could turn right like this. 282 was just like this. Like literally just like this. And it got abolished. Okay, before that, the other half of 282 was 287, and 287 was quite simple. It was just like this. If you modernize this route, you have to use Clementi Avenue 3, but yeah, this was what it was back then. Like just like this. Very simple. And then obviously when the right turn got abolished, they were forced to integrate this thing together with this thing to form one bus service. 284, obviously this one didn't change at all. This route pretty much didn't really change over time. I think the only one that changed is amended to apply West Coast Highway. So if I infer like what happened in the past, it's basically it applies West Coast Highway and then it goes inside Pandan Loop like this. This is what its current route is, like here, 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 and then go here again. But back then, it was, I think this one was like a cross junction, and then because of traffic and everything, they converted it into a Y junction. So in the past, I think it was like this. Just trying to infer. It should be like this. Unless you're telling me this thing actually used West Coast Road inside, but I don't think so. But because you can't even like use West Coast Road like this, so there's literally only one route it could have taken. So West Coast Road, Jalan Buroh, not possible today, but Pandan Loop. So it was just like this. Then 2004, it got amended to West Coast Highway, which is a good thing. Like you get hub spoke from like all the other bus services outside, like 175, 176, and then just, oh sorry, and then yeah, like this. So this thing is useful for hub spoke, the same bus stop thingy. And then speaking of 284, there was a 284M because the bus terminal used to be at Clementi Cascadia and not over here. It was like an access penalty. So what happened was that from the interchange, it loops at street. Shit. From the interchange, it loops at Avenue 4. Then it goes to Avenue 3, and then so it is like it serves McDonald's and NTUC, right? That supermarket, and then it goes to the MRT. They do this because of the access penalty thingy. This was 284M last time. I believe it was like that. So yeah, even Eshiriki could have been more specific, but this is what they written. So yeah. Okay. Right now, oh Jesus, this is one part whereby I'm just not familiar with. Like, okay, 290 I know is just loop at Simei, 7, 2, and then 1, 3, 4. Yeah, this one is pretty simple. And then there was a 292 that I think, I don't think this one changed throughout the course of history. Oops, sorry. Like this and then like this. Then they changed it so that it's like this. Yeah, you get it. But there was like this, there's like this. Okay, 294 is easy. It's literally just like this, service tree, and then it just loops back like this. That one's easy to explain. This one, and this one, their numbers haven't been used in the entire history, so these are all pretty new. And then, oh gosh, like I honestly keep forgetting these because there was definitely one that, okay, it looped at Street 32 and Street 33. That one never changed. Oh, okay. Like, I know I've explained this before, but I'm just not confident when it comes to like Tampines in general. So this one and then sorry, this one and this one used to be separate services. Then they were consolidated into a single 291. I remember back then there wasn't a bus service that serves Street 71. It was just like, I believe 295 was the one that went like Central 2 5, Street 83 85, Avenue 8, Avenue 5, like this. Then obviously like you know the current 291 goes like this, right? Yeah, the route was like this. And how do I infer is basically 5 serves Avenue 5. 1 doesn't serve 1, so yeah. And then 293, I think it was like this. Central 2, Avenue 5, Street 83, and then Avenue 3, Street 81. Wait, no. That one is the old 291 before it got extended. I'm confused. I think the old 293 was actually, yeah, it was 543 and then 543, and then it loops at. I forgot if it went inside, okay, but I know at one point in time it was like it just looped at Street 81. I forgot if this extension ever I don't remember this. I really don't remember, okay, I'm sorry. And then 297 was obviously Avenue 7. You can see how not confident I am. Or was it like this? I give up. I give up. Just know that 297 looped at Street 42. Avenue 7, 9, and 42. Just know that. I'm sorry. I need to continue with this video. I'm not gonna like read the bus guides again. You guys figure it out. There was a G and W in the past. I'm not referring to the one whereby they tried to implement it in 2015. I'm talking about the old one under SBS. It was just like this, like this, like this, like this, in both directions. And then 301, it was like this, and then it's like this. Both directions along Take Y lane. This eventually became 307, as you all know. Now I need to shift my map up again. God damn. 302, it looped like this. Street 62 to 52, that was the old 302 before it got extended to Choa Chu Kang North 7. Then there was a 303 that never made it to Trans Island Bus Services. It's just SBS. Oh my god. Where's my map? And I am terribly sorry to say I forgot how this thing looped. It definitely had this and this. I don't know if it had Street 54 or Choa Chu Kang Drive. I'm pretty sure it had like one of them. And then there was also like there were also the Blue Arrow services, which I'm not that familiar with. To explain, this one is basically this one got integrated into 7. This one is basically service 100 plus something else. Basically, it is CBD to Serangoon Garden Way. Yeah, something along those lines. In fact, I would just put it vaguely 133, and then go look at my video recreation. It's not 133 entirely because I'm pretty sure this thing actually went like Braddock Road and then Lorong Chuan, so it's not exactly 133. I think it's more of like 13. Then Lorong Chuan and Serangoon Garden Way, something along those lines. But yeah, this one there's a whole article about the whole Blue Arrow services, so you can go and read it. And then when it comes to their Serangoon feeders, well, this one was from 217. I already explained it. So the old 217 was just like this, Serangoon Garden Way. And then 312 is the one that got absorbed into 105. I've explained this in another video before. And then 318 is basically Serangoon Garden, Boundary Road, and then if I'm not mistaken, Lorong Chuan, and then loop like this. So eventually, 318. Did I say the correct thing? Okay, this is 318. And then 318 eventually got absorbed into 315. So 315 used to be kind of different. And then obviously they absorbed it to become like this. I mean, I've explained before, as long as you get the essence of the services, then yeah, more or less good. Now on to explain Hougang for like, I don't know how many times I've already explained Hougang South, but okay, you know what, I'll just summarize the entire area. Again, like I told you, 321 is just the southern half of 113, so here, and then obviously it goes down to loop at Hougang Street 11, but before that it was like Hougang Avenue 1 loop, so yeah. Then 322, it is the northern half of, not the northern half, but like the western half of 112. It used to loop like this, and then they changed it so that it loops like this. There was a 326, which was 113, basically like this, and then it loops like this, which is 113 in essence. 327, again, quite straightforward. It's like this. 328, which got integrated to form 101. 328 was like this, and then I think it was like this. Then it was like this. Okay, so 10, 4, 8, 6. Yeah, 6, 10, like this. And obviously there were more like extensions to like Street 52, 51. Then 101 absorbed it. I mean, 101 got introduced to like this to kind of cover it. So yeah. And then 325, there is now this like throw sector, right? But I think back then it was like way more straightforward. It just exited like this or something. But in essence, 325, it also looped at around Buangkok Green. Then it got extended to like Street 91, 93. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, this one is a new one that loops like here. So yeah. Then you might be wondering, the old 329, like where did it go? So I kind of forgot about history a little bit, but it was like at one point in time, it was like at one point in time it exited like this, and then at another point in time it exited like this, or it was like exit like this, enter like this. I don't know, but yeah. But yes, essentially, it was kind of like, I don't know. You go and figure this part out yourself. Just read the old bus guides, and then one was like to Defu Avenue 1. And then one of them was like this, and then loop, and then at some point in time it was like, I don't know, it was like this for 323 if I'm not mistaken, because this was 323, and then this was 323 as well, and then this stupid thing is 329, I think. Correct me, please. If I'm not mistaken, triple three didn't go via like this entire wrong color. Okay, in the 333, it was like this. Jurong East Street 13, which was Jurong Gateway Road, Jurong East Central, Jurong Town Hall Road, Toh Guan Road, Jurong East 71, and like this. And then over time, it got cut to truncated to go via here instead of this large troll. But I believe in the past, this thing like just used Jurong East Central. Then I think 334 never really changed over time. It was like the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure 333 actually used Jurong East Central at some point in time. But yeah. And then 335, again my history could be wrong, but 335 and 336. Okay, 336 is like at one point in time it was like what? Jurong it was like Jurong Town Hall Road, Jurong East Avenue 1, Street 41, Street 51, Boon Lay Way, and then like this. And then there was also another point in time whereby 336, I think this one, the black one, was a later part. The earlier part was like what? Boon Lay Way, Street 51, Avenue 1, Street 41, like this. And you might be curious, okay, what about 335? So 335's job back then was to take 52, and yeah, something along those lines. God damn it. Now Bukit Panjang. I already explained 179, so here you go. There's this, and this. Now let's go to Bukit Panjang. It should fit in one entire map. Yes, it does fit. So here we go. Okay, but at Jurong East, 335 was to take Street 52, and then 336's role was to serve Street 41, and then they got integrated to form 1335. I don't know if 335 like went straight via Boon Lay Way or at some point in time, or it has always been like Jurong Town Hall Road. I only know 336 used to go Boon Lay Way, and then another point in time it was like Jurong Town Hall Road. But yeah, now back to Bukit Panjang. Uh, this one was the one that became 921. Then it like there was a gap in between where there's no bus. There's like 700, right? /A. But then essentially it became 973. I know there's a gap, but essentially it is basically a shorter version of 973. So 343 was like this, because it stopped along this side of the road and not this side. 343 was like this, and then it looped at Patia Road, and there was no connection to Dairy Farm Road back then. So yeah, and then the return bound, it was like this. Now on to 344. 344 is the one that loops at Bukit Panjang Ring Road. So 344 was like this. It went inside Bangkit Road like this, Fajar, Bukit Panjang Ring Road in a clockwise fashion, then goes back to Bukit Panjang, then goes back to Bangkit Road, and then does this, terminate. Both sides, by the way. And then use another color, 345, which was basically prehistoric 920 in a way. Like this, like this, like this. It didn't go inside Bangkit, so it was like Bukit Panjang Ring Road, Fajar Road. Turn left, Bukit Panjang Ring Road, Jelapang Road, Saujana Road. And then there were no bus stops along this side of like Fajar Road last time, so it was just like this, and then yeah. Okay, the color contrast is a little bit off. I apologize, but okay, fine. So that you guys get it. And this is 344. Pasir Ris would be another test of my memory, but I am way more confident with Pasir Ris than I am with Tampines. So yeah, here we go. Okay. It's not a whole map, unfortunately. The trick to this is to press Ctrl Shift S. No, sorry, Windows Shift S at the correct time as you zoom out. It's difficult, but yeah, I did it. 350. Pasir Ris Drive 3, 6, Drive 1, Drive 4, and Pasir Ris Drive 3, back to Pasir Ris. And fun fact, 354 was actually born out of 350 because 350, during certain points in the day, they would actually make this loop at Pasir Ris close. So obviously 350, it split to become one of those fragments of 350 was 354, because right now 354 actually goes Jalan Loyang Besar, I think. And then but back then it just looped like this. It was just to cater towards this bus stop, so yeah. And there was actually demand. Obviously after it extended, it got more demand, but yeah. 354 is basically a fragment of the old 350. And then there was a 351, which didn't go inside Street 51 just yet. It's like this, central, and then it just loops at... Back then, it didn't loop at the entire Street 11 like this. Back then, it was just like 11, 12, and I think it was just like this, but yeah. Okay. 352. A fragment of Service 3. I mean, it was a fragment of 357, which later became a fragment of Service 3. I'm sorry, absorbed into Service 3, I'm sorry. So yeah. Pasir Ris Drive 3, 4, Street 21, and then loop like this. That is just 352. 353, it is literally just 358 West. So obviously, this one, and where is the blue one? Where did I draw it? 350, right? Yeah. This one and this one, 358, present day. And obviously, when it became 358, it no longer serves this area. It got amended to serve inside Street 41. So yeah. Now 355, it is 359's West Loop. So 355 plus 351 gives you the present day 359. And obviously over here, when it became 359, go inside and then loop like this. And now it got changed to loop like this because of the construction. And now it's permanent, so yeah. So that is, yeah. And then there was, which was just, back then Pasir Ris Drive 8 only existed till here. It was a T-junction. This part of the road was like just Pasir Ris Central, and then there was this other road as well. So it was like this. It's just like service tree. This one, merge, 357. This one and this one, merge, service tree. And then looped at here, and then service tree got extended to Pongo. It used to loop like this, but it got extended to Pongo eventually. All you need to know about Bukit Batok. 361, which was like this. And at some point in time, they were like, okay, let's make it loop back using this. But then the residents complained, so they changed it back to this one. Then when 941, 991, the whole integration thing came, 941 became like this. But yeah. Next up, 945, which was like this. Did not go inside Street 52, just went outside. And then, oh my god, it got cut off. So it was like West Avenue 5, West Avenue 7, Street 32 immediately, and Street 34 out. So it didn't go, so present day it loops like this, right? But in the past it was just like this, Street 32, 34, and that's all. 947, 367, it used to loop like this, like Avenue 4, 2, 4, 7, and then Street 32. I believe Street 32 connected, or maybe it used, or maybe it like used like this, or like this. Oh my god. Or like this out. I cannot remember which one it was, or if the roads actually connected, but yeah. And then obviously they changed it so that now present day 947 loops like this. But yes, it used to loop inside here. Now it loops like this. That's all you need to know. And then this one, it was just like this, and then loop inside Bukit Batok Depot. Jalan Kayu, I don't have to explain anymore because these eventually became 103/W, then became M or whatever. Old 371, it was like, it went along like this, and then looped at Fernvale. Then it got eaten up by 163. So yeah. Old 372, it was like this. So the way, oh my god. Okay, again, old 372 used to loop like this. But then they changed it so that it now, whoops, it now loops like this. Wait, okay, I'm gonna draw it again. Okay, like this, and then like this. This is the current one, this is the old one. This one was supposed to be introduced, but then they decided to amend 102. Shit. They decided to amend 102 like this instead. If I were to make a guess, 1373 would probably be like this. If I were to make a guess, I didn't see the route, but yeah. This one didn't change. Oh shit. Didn't change, but yeah, like this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they made it go like this in future. But yeah, there are some empty bus stops. It's just bus stop provisions along Anchorvale Street, Fernvale Street. So yeah, that's something interesting. I'm not going to explain Pongo, okay? Because Pongo is literally just la 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 la, and then the other one is la 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 la. Yeah, like how do you even draw? Yeah, like this. It used to not have this. Then you have la 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 la, and then you have this, which is like haha 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 haha. You get the idea. I don't know how to explain this. Okay, go to Unos. Copy. Whoops, sorry. Copy paste. It wasn't a good copy paste, but create to. Oh, sorry. Jalan Turi. Like this. 382 was like this. And then 385 was like this. Simple. This number hasn't been reused yet. The 382 has been reused. You know, in the bus GeoGuessr, they actually have 382. No G, no W, which was kind of funny. But yeah. Okay. And then now moving on to the Changi Airport bus services. So there is 390, which was from Ulu Pandan. And then it goes to Orchard Road. Then it goes Prinsep, Seligi. Then it goes Sungai Road, Ophir Road. And then ECP all the way to Changi Airport. Then 394 was like Bedok South Avenue 1, Bedok South Road, Bedok South Avenue 1, and then ECP. You can just read all of them here. Just so you know that, oh yeah, because 9 used to be Changi Village, I've explained this in part 1. I've explained this one, yes, this one, yes, this one, yes. This one actually survived for like quite a while. And then obviously, there is all this. You can go and read them. And yeah, every single other service is listed down here. So yeah. So in essence, when they say coastal road, it's actually Changi Coast Road. So essentially what this was is... Wait, what? Oh, it was Changi Village to the... Okay, so this was just Changi Village to Changi Airport Cargo Complex loop. Pretty simple. And then this one, Somapa to... yes, this one became the 24, 34 and stuff like that. It's literally a fragment of 34. And then... Oh, this one is actually just like Service 1A in the past. It was, except that this one is like... okay. I think I know how to explain this one. 395, it is Bedok. Again, going to ECP, exiting Silin, Coastal, and then into Changi Airport Cargo Complex. So again, Bedok South, Avenue 1, ECP, Silin, Coastal Road, and then Changi Coast Road, and then it loops inside Changi Airport Cargo Complex. Then the last one that it's what is this? Wait, hold on. Eh? Oh, okay. So this one started from Changi Village. This one is exactly the same, except that it starts from Sumapa. So, look at this. Yeah, duplicates of each other. So yeah. And then there was this one, Changi Airport to Changi Airport Cargo Complex Loop, which was like, sorry, 767 Changi Airport cargo to via Changi Coast Road, and then loop at Changi Cargo Complex. And then what else is there? 727 is just 24. 737 is just 149. This one's also 149. But yeah, you can just look at the individual routes here. Although this one is like a little bit different. This one is Toa Payoh, MacPherson Estate, Circuit Road Paya Lebar Way, and then Changi Airport. So this one is like 149. This one is like, it's just Toa Payoh, MacPherson Estate, and Changi Airport. That's all. Then this one is 57. I've explained this one before. So yeah, 737 is just Toa Payoh, MacPherson Estate, and then CGA. Quite simple actually. I think I cleared this entire page already. Yeah, I talked about everything. Unfortunately, if you want to learn this route, you need to have the old bus guides and the old street directories like Mighty Minds at your fingertips. So I can tell you the essence of this one though, which is Palmer Road. Back then it didn't go Palmer and Anson. This one was like, because if you go Palmer and Anson, you are going to Cecil Street. Right now 400 does go Cecil Street, but back then it was just Robinson. Oh shit, never mind. Forget what I said. 400 now goes to Cecil Street. But every other bus service that went Robinson Road would go Keppel Road first, because it stops at Apex Tower, which is now Hub Synergy Point, which is now, I don't know how many times they're gonna rename these stupid stops, but yeah. But 400, because it turns to Maxwell Road, it cannot use International Plaza bus stop, so bus stop 3, it can only use BO1. Oh wait, Maple Tree Anson was the one that got I don't know which one of those stops got renamed. Like, yeah, but whatever. 400 was like Palmer Road, Shenton Way, Keppel Road, Anson Road, Maxwell Road. And then from Maxwell Road, it actually had a kind of like slit road into Marina Station Road, and then from there on it would loop like this. I don't know how to call this, but yeah, and then it'll go back Marina Station Road, Prince Edward Road, and then yeah, like this. The most interesting one, because Bedok, what do you call that? East Coast Park Service Road. Last time it was like Fort Road, Mountbatten Road, Nickel Highway. Obviously, when Nickel Highway that incident happened, it had to divert via Sims Way. But back then it wasn't Sims Way. It was Mountbatten Road, Geylang Road, Crawford Street, Beach Road, and then to, was it Beach Road? Should be Beach Road if I'm not mistaken, and not Northbridge Road. Yeah. But essentially, it was just Nickel Highway, Stanford Orchard, Penang, whatever, you get the idea, loop at Tomlinson and then go back. It was a trial, but the trial failed. It got truncated to Geylang Lorong 1, and then eventually it was like, oh, exit Marine Parade, and then Marine Parade Amber, Marine Parade Amber, Mountbatten Tanjong Katong, and then Dunman. It now does this, but back then East Coast Park Service Road was like by direct. I forgot, or maybe it exited outside. I completely forgot, but yeah. So the essence of 401 was that it served Tomlinson to Badok, and then obviously at some point in time it got amended to Siglap Road. I think it was at some point in time. I don't think this was originally from Siglap Road, but yeah. And then I don't even need to explain this one, because this one, you guys are familiar with this. 403, actually, when Tampines Road and Elias Road, because back then there was no TPE, right? So back then when Tampines Road and Elias Road were still... Okay, how do I say? Tampines Road, Elias Road. The modern day junction is just like this and like this. It's a whole mess, but yeah. In the past, it was like Tampines, Elias, Pasir Ris Road, Loop, Elias, Tampines. Yeah, and then obviously, because it plied the entire... The whole reason why 403 plies Elias Road and Pasir Ris Drive 1 isn't necessarily just because, oh, hub spoke along Pasir Ris Drive 1. It's actually because of history. It plied Elias Road, and then, okay, they decided to amend it. Pasir Ris Drive... I mean, they had to Pasir Ris Drive 1, and then... yeah. It... Then, yeah. Okay, but in the past, 403, you know where Pasir Ris Drive... Pasir Ris Central was still like this, and then this is Drive 8, right? Basically, this whole Drive 8 and Tampines Avenue 12, it became linear. Okay, it became linear, but back then it was like this. And I believe 403 used to call these stops as well. There was like this, this, and this. And then service 3 was here. Then they shifted 403 to over here. So yeah. That's pretty much about it. But when you look at the history of... I need to give you guys some proof of it. Because... just type history of bus _ services. I need to go to like the 400 some... Yeah, look at this. Now I remember. There was a 402. Yeah, look at this. Introduced between Stamford Road and Bukit Timah Racecourse Loop, operating on racing days that fall on Sundays. I think this one was like Prinsep Seligi and then just Bukit Timah all the way to Turf City, if I'm not mistaken. And this is Turf City, not Turf Club, Turf City. And then there was like Bedok to NSRCC, introduced between Bedok Interchange and National Service Resort and Country Club on a 3-month trial period, operating on weekends and public holidays. I didn't even know this one existed. But yeah, it's interesting. And then now this is like the one that got absorbed into 400. Now you look at 404. There was actually a bus that went inside Science Center Road. So Science Center Road, does it still exist? I think it still does. So basically there was actually a bus service. Obviously, yeah, Science Center Road. Like, look at this. But obviously this one didn't operate like operating on Sundays and public holidays only. It's like 926. Just without the tourist trap. Cause it's not like it charges like $1 per ride or something. Yeah, so yeah. And then there was this, introduced between Jurong Interchange and Jalan Ahmad Ibrahim Jurong Bird Park Loop, operating on Sundays and public holidays. So yes, back then when there was no 194, back then 194 was South Canal to Tiong Bahru Market Loop, Yong Siak Street Loop. The one that actually went inside Jurong Bird Park, which was like, does Bird Park Drive in? Yeah, Bird Park Drive. I think 405 actually did this stretch, so it was like, I think 405's entire route was literally just Jurong Interchange, Jurong Port Road, Jalan Ahmad Ibrahim, and then Bird Park Drive, and then loop back. It was just like that. Yeah, where is my... then obviously there was also 405M, which I think people have filmed this. It was just minus the Lim Chu Kang Road sector. Just during this period only, so yeah. And then there was another one that actually goes from Jurong Interchange to Chinese Garden Road and Japanese Garden Road, which is over here. Quite interesting. When does it operate again? Where is my... Operating on Sundays and public holidays only. So it was another 926. Integrated with service 199. Basically 199 was the one that actually goes to NTU from Jurong Interchange before it got truncated to Boon Lay. So apparently at some point in time it got integrated. So yeah. And then there is this one, Jurong Interchange to Pasir Laba Road loop. Yeah. And then obviously I don't have to say much about like 407 had never been used. 408 it was just Harbourfront to Labrador Park Road and Port Road Loop. And then over time, it got amended so that it goes like Henderson, Depot, Alexandra. And then it got amended into Telok Blangah Street 32 without the loop, without that loop that 273 does. Then that loop got cut away and then it plies outside Henderson Road. And then 409, Mount Faber, and Maritime Square before returning to Harbourfront Interchange. This one, historically, it didn't ply Shunfu Road and Marymount Road. It was just like Upper Thompson Road, Bishan Street 21, and this one was like Marymount Lane or something along those lines. But before 4100 existed, there was an old 57 and there was an old 353. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's this one, but I believe like one of them, or was it 50? I cannot remember, but these two were the 410s in the past. Screw it. I really don't remember this one. Due to lack of funds, this thing was never introduced, but 974 is now a fragment of this route from west to northeast. I don't want to talk about it. 501. Okay, 501 Express. It was Outram Cantonment, Keppel Anson, Robinson, Fullerton Esplanade Drive, Nickel Highway, that small section of it, Raffles Boulevard, Temasek Boulevard, Temasek Avenue, Raffles Avenue, then it goes to Stanford Road, then it follows the CDS back to like Buyong Road and CT. And then there is also 501 Hex that exits at Dhoby Ghaut, loops at Suntec, and then goes back to CTE like this. And then 501's neighborhood sector is CTE, Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1, Yio Chu Kang Road, Hougang Avenue 2, Hougang Avenue 8, I believe. Hougang Avenue 10, Punggol Road. Then from Punggol Road, it goes Sengkang East Avenue, Rivervale Drive, Compassville Street, Compassville Road, and then into Sengkang. 502 also followed this road. Like 501 and 502, both of them, their residential sectors were exactly the same. But 502, it was like Jurong West Central 3, Jalan Boon Lay, and Boon Lay Avenue. And then Jurong West Avenue 1, Jurong East Avenue 1. But back then, it didn't serve Toh Guan. It was only after... Toh Guan is IMM, basically. Like IMM, the shopping mall. It used to be a furniture area, but got converted into a shopping mall. But back then, it was like Jurong East Central, Boon Lay Way. And then it had a stop at Clementi MRT. Then it went Clementi Avenue 2, Ulu Pandan, blah, 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 blah. Ulu Pandan, Holland, Napier, Tanglin, Orchard, goes to CTE, and then goes to Sengkang. Simple. But that was the old 502. I'll explain 511 and 512. So 511 and 512. 511, okay, 511 it's CTE Outram Cantonment, Anson, Keppel, Anson, Robinson, Fullerton, Collyer Quay, Fullerton Road, Esplanade Drive, Stanford Road. Basically, unlike 501, it doesn't go Suntec. It just goes Stanford Road, Orchard, Penang, and then going back to CTE. So it was a peak hour service. Both of them were only single deckers, and they were kind of like city direct a little bit. 512 was CT Momi, Newton, Scott, Orchard, Buyong Road, and then back to But then their residential sectors was like CT Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3, Yio Chu Kang Road, Hougang Avenue 9, 4. No, shit. 9, 4, 8, Upper Serangoon Road, and then Hougang Central Bus Interchange. I don't even know if it's called inside the interchange or if it was like one stop before, but it probably laid over in the interchange. Layover at the interchange, or like layover at Hougang Depot. I don't know which one was the case, but yeah. I have done a route recreation of 508. Go watch that. I'm not going to explain that thing again. Okay, but 502, I don't know, some services in this series, I think even 502 used to originate from Hougang, then it got extended to Sengkang. But yeah, these were all introduced after it got Sengkang was handed back over to SBS. So yeah. Then there's also all these express services. Just radio bus guides. I really don't want to explain 503 and 505 because I myself am not proficient with it. So yeah, and then 506 is the whole Bedok, Changi Airport, Bedok, UEC. Okay, now moving on to 507. It's the predecessor of 97E. It was basically, I think, okay, 97E starts from Jurong East, but 507 starts from Boon Lay. So it was Jurong West Central 3, Jalan Boon Lay Avenue, and then it copies I'm pretty sure this one copies like 657 all the way till Jurong Town Hall Road, and then AYE 507 had stops along AYE. I just forgot which ones. AYE, Alexandra, Harbourfront, Teluk Blangah Road, Keppel Road, and then it was like Anson, Cecil, Finlayson Green, Shenton Way. And then the opposite bound was, I think, at the same thing. Anson, Cecil, Finlayson Green, Shenton Way, and then blah, go back. Harbourfront and Alexandra, AYE. This one never really changed. Just know that there was a 518B. 518's old route before Bayfront was a thing is Raffles Boulevard. Okay, Bras Basah Raffles Boulevard, Temasek. Temasek Boulevard, Temasek Avenue, Republic Boulevard, Ophir Road, ECP. And from ECP, Bedok South Avenue 1, Bedok South Road, Bedok North Avenue 1, Bedok North Road, into Bedok North Road extension. Now, kind of the predecessor of 851E, which is gonna see as pretty soon. Not pretty soon, but like you get the idea. They don't want to run 851E anymore. 520 is basically New Bridge Road to Yishun. So the route was like New Bridge Road, Chinatown, Clarke Quay, Hill Street, Victoria Street, copy 851, and then goes to Bukit Timah Road. Instead of going KK Hospital, it goes to CTE, and from CTE it goes Lentor Avenue, Yishun Avenue 2, Yishun Ring Road. Then it was like Avenue 9, Central. I think I drew the loop a little bit too big. Yishun Ring Road, Avenue 9, Central 2, 1. Yishun Ring Road, Avenue 9, Yishun Central, Yishun Avenue 2, Yishun Central 1, Yishun Bus Interchange. This bus service might have survived if they actually targeted Yishun Ring Road. the other side and not the Chongpang side. The Chongpang side, you're not going to get any demand from it. That's why 670 sucks. But the Yishun Ring Road side, back then it wasn't developed, but if you actually send 520 along this side, you know what? Just amend 851E to this side. It might even survive, honestly. I hate the whole, oh my gosh, it must follow the parent route thingy. Just bring this back already. And then self-explanatory. Bukit Panjang Woodlands got extended and no more express fare. I want to skip like all the premium bus services as well as the CDS because it's like it's gonna take like forever to explain. Although I would say there is this premium service from Bukit Panjang to Jurong East, and it's gonna be revived in this form as a normal service. There was Woodlands, Sin Sunset Way. This one uses midi buses. Choa Chu Kang, UT. I mean, sorry. Oh shit! This one, this and this are both the current premium services under Xingsheng. Yeah. This one goes to Changi Business Park, and then yeah. I do remember the rest. It's like what? Ah, there was one from Toa Payoh that didn't last very long. There was one from Dairy Farm Estate, like Chestnut Avenue, Chestnut Drive. I forgot what the road name is, but this one used midi bus as well. Hougang Street 51 to I forgot if it was Fullerton Road or Shenton Way. I forgot which one it was, but yeah. And then when you think of like the 60 something, okay, wait, there is actually the 60 somethings. CSS, there is like a whole bus guide and it's really confusing. It's impossible to memorize them because they have so many variants, but okay, fine. I'll explain them again. 602 CBD Orchard, Tanglin Napier Holland, and then it loops at Holland, then it goes back to the CBD. Then 603 had unique sectors at okay, it was crap. I forgot. Oh wait, I remember now. It looped at North Canal. It was St. Mike's and then Thompson Road, Chancery Lane, Balmoral Road, Stevens, Orchard, and then it goes to loop at North Canal, and then the opposite bound was like the same thing, then Draycott Drive, Draycott Park, Stevens, Balmoral, Chancery, Thompson, and then go back to St. Mike's. 605 is Bukit Merah Henderson, Telok Blangah Way, and Lower Delta Road, Tiong Bahru Road, and from Tiong Bahru it parallels the EWL, Tiong Bahru Outram Park, Cantonment, and then it goes into the CBD, then it goes St. Andrews Road, the opposite bound is Basa Nicol Highway, Stanford Road, Connaught Drive, but basically the one that goes to Sin Ming goes via St. Andrews, Carlyman, that right-hand side bus stop, and then Armenian Street before that stupid road got pedestrianized. Orchard Road, Orchard Road, Prinsep, Seligi, I think. Kampong Java, Novena, goes up to like Upper Thompson, McRitchie, Upper Thompson, Sin Ming, and then terminate. I think it was Kampong Java, right? Then we have 607, which is kind of pointless. It was like what? It was St. Mike's. Then it went on to like Little India or something. Oh no, I completely forgot. Then it goes on to the CBD, then goes on to Keppel Road, then Cantonment Road, then New Road, Utongson Street, and loops back. I'm pretty sure this one actually passed by Little India. I don't remember the route. I can regurgitate the route of 608. So let's go. Bedok North Street 1, Bedok North Interchange Drive. Whatever that stupid road is named. Bedok North Avenue 1, Bedok South Road, Bedok South Avenue 1, Upper East Coast Road, Siglap Road, Marine Parade Road. It does not go inside Marine Terrace. Well, it used to go inside Marine Terrace bus terminal, but ever since it got extended to Bedok, it no longer goes. It no longer goes Marine Terrace in both directions, so it's Marine Parade Road, Marine Crescent, Marine Parade Road, Steel Road South, and East Coast Road, and Mountbatten Road. Then from Mountbatten Road, it goes inside Stadium. I forgot the roads inside Stadium. No one even bothers to memorize, not even myself. And then goes into Nico Highway, and then from Nico Highway, it goes Connaught Drive, and then it goes to Shenton Way, then Palmer Road. Yes, it is indeed Palmer Road. Anson Road, Cecil Street, Cross Street, Upper Cross Street, Havelock Road, Ganges. Sorry, Havelock Road. Then goes inside Havelock Road Minor, the Havelock Link, Havelock Road Minor, which is like where Bio Crescent is at. Then from Havelock Road Minor, it goes inside Lower Delta Road, then Tiong Bahru Road, then Henderson Road, and then Bukit Merah Central. And then the opposite bound was just Bukit Merah Central, Henderson Road, Tiong Bahru Road, Lower Delta Road, Ganges Avenue, Havelock Road, Upper Pickering Street, South Bridge Road, Maxwell Street, shit, Havelock Road, Upper Pickering Street, Southbridge Road, Maxwell Road, Robinson Road. It calls that special bus stop, and then it goes back to St. Fullerton, St. Andrews, and then goes back to Bedok. You get the idea. Yeah, 608, I actually remember the entire route because I took it in 2007 when I was 8 years old. Air condition, 40 cents, 40. Just 40 cents for a child. That is like, wow. There are also Scheme B bus services. Well, this one kinda CS, so there is this one left and this one left. Please go read Land Transport Guru for the routes, but I don't think the routes listed are even accurate, especially for this one, because this one doesn't go to Riverside Road anymore. This one just terminates at Canberra Road. I think Canberra Road, right? Yeah, so yeah. How do these services even survive, man? And then obviously this one is City Direct and more City Direct and more City Direct, and then I think it's gonna spill over to this and okay, you get it. Now I want to talk about Service 700. Service 700 was introduced because people complained about the lack of 952. So yeah, 700 used to be from Woodlands Regional Interchange, so Woodlands Avenue 3, Woodlands Road, Bukit Panjang Road, BKE. And back then, you see this sector is like 960, right? But 960 actually goes Jelebu Petir Pending, but 700 just goes like this. Then 700 got cut short to Bukit Panjang. Haha. Then there are the Jurong Island services that I don't bother to remember, and I don't even know if there is a 71A or not, but yeah. And then there is this premium bus service that nobody bothers to film except me and another person. Please go watch my premium bus routes. It's in the Tona Nadia Zementembo collection, that playlist. I filmed like quite a number of them. Some of them I wasn't able to do so. Like this one I wasn't able to do so, but yeah. And then obviously when you talk about 700 somethings, this one is still within like the premium range, and so is this. Then this one was like the Turf Club bus services, not Turf City but Turf Club. There was an article about them, and I think they listed their actual routes as well, so you can go check them out. Now we're moving on to the Pure Tips bus services. You know what? Screw it. This will be part 4. Mata ne.